Hi everyone, it's Hannah. For my analysis paper, I chose the new show to Netflix, Never Have I Ever. It's about a 3-season series. It's about a young Indian American high school student that is in desperate need of popularity after the tragic loss of her father her freshman year of high school. From this tragedy, she lost her feeling in her legs. From stress and everything that was going on. And then, luckily, her sophomore year, she gained the feeling back over summer, and she was able to walk again. So she really wanted to get back out there and become popular again. And yeah, she just wanted a new social life, and she wants a boyfriend. She wants, the most popular, best friends, everything. So, throughout my essay, I described the conflict that she had between her and her mother. I described the social exchange theory that she used in her relationships with her 2 boyfriends. And then I described the culture and diversity that she had with her friend group. So for my first one that I did, conflict with her and her mother. So her and her dad were really close, and after his death, he was basically the glue that held her and her mom's relationship together, Davy and her mom's relationship. So they struggled to see eye to eye after that. Their main conflict was with her not being able to date, and she just felt suffocated and like she wasn't able to do anything. Like she was just still being treated as a child. And Davy wanted to become popular and wanted the cutest boy in school, so they didn't see eye to eye in that. So conflict is the interactions where their real or perceived incompatible goals, scarce resources, or opposing viewpoints. So her and her mom had a opposing viewpoint of not being able to date, and it interfered with Davy's goals of having the most popular boyfriend in school. So this created escalatory conflict spirals between her and her mom. They argued a lot, they yelled a lot, and it just didn't really get anywhere. They would compete. That was their management style. They would compete with each other, not listening to what the other person had to say, and just led to deception in the relationship for both of them. And so the next concept that I chose was with Davy and her friends. So her friend group was, they're like full of diversities, different cultures. Her best friend, Eleanor, or one of her best friends, Eleanor, she's Chinese American. Her other best friend, Fabiola, she was African American. And then, yeah, so they were teased a lot. They were super smart, so they were teased a lot until their jump to popularity. So the one example that I chose was when a new girl came to school. She was a new Indian girl, and Davy was intimidated by her. Her name was Anissa, and she was popular. She became popular right off. She was a cool Indian girl, and so Davy wanted to be her friend. So she came over to her house, and so since she was familiar with Indian heritage, she came in like really polite, which most of Davy's friends were not like that. She didn't like most of them didn't greet her mother right away, and so she came in really polite, and her mother just like welcomed her with open arms and just loved her. So she was kind of accepted into the house, and the girls could kind of do whatever they wanted. So one time they decided to sneak out and get Davy a nose piercing, and when her mother found out, like, she was super angry, but Anissa was there, and in their heritage, piercings describes, like, or shows femininity. So she described that to her mom. She's like, oh, she's doing it to, like, for her heritage, to express herself and her culture. And her mom was, like, so happy about it. And I think Anissa kind of started to help Davy accept her culture and, like, become more understanding and thinking that it's, you know, it's cool to be different. And it helped with her friendships, and it helped them, like, be able to communicate across cultures more easily. So yeah, she was able to, like, communicate better with her mother after that. And then the last theory that I decided to describe was the social exchange theory, which is a type of a relationship that is basically like an economic model. It weighs the pros and cons, cost and benefit kind of analysis. So Davy, with her two boyfriends that she had, she made a board, and weighed the pros and cons of both of the boys, because she liked both of them a lot. Ben was her, like, ex-nemesis, one of her, like, scholar competitors her whole life, wanted to be the top of the class, competing with her. And then they became close at the same time that Davy was able to start a relationship with the most popular, cutest boy in the school. And she didn't know what to do, because she ended up being in a relationship with both of them at the same time, and she had to hide it from each one of them. And all she cared about was having a boyfriend, and she liked the attention, and she decided to keep both of them. So she just kept both of them, and in the end she learned that, you know, quality is better than quantity. And so she hurt those kids. She ended up they both ended up finding out, and they dumped her in the end. But she realized that, you know, she had to be careful with social exchange theory. You know, she had to be careful with the pros and the cons of the relationship. And, you know, the con was she was going to end up hurting both of them, and she liked both of them. So in the end, Davy was able to battle her way through conflict with her mom. She explored diversities and started to understand the importance of embracing her culture to communicate better across cultures. And she learned the importance of navigating the social exchange theory, and having more trusting and honest relationships is better than the cost of hurting the people that you love. So yeah, Davy had pretty unforgettable high school experience, and she formed a lot of strong connections and lost some. And overall, I think it helped her understand the importance of interpersonal relationships, and that popularity isn't what high school is all about. So thank you guys.